Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you today to share this beautiful moment with me as I launch. This is very, very important for me. It's a start of a new day, the best day to the rest of my better days. I am in sunshine colors, not only because I'm in the sunshine state, but because I want my life to forever be sunshine. I need a sunshine health, sunshine wealth, and sunshine people always in my life. I just love that brightness, that awe of joy and happiness. So that's my desire. So I thank God for today. And I thank him for you guys and for you joining me today. And I just want to introduce Rita to you, who is here to host this with me. And I would just like to begin in sharing my big why. Why am I doing this today? I am doing this today because there is something in me always that wants to give, wants to share, and want to see people become their better self. I want to see all of us go through a transformation of health, because health is wealth. For me, it doesn't make any sense I go after wealth and I have no health. Simply means I'm going to die and leave it before I can actually enjoy it. So health for me has been very important. So let me share my first experience with you. How did I start my health journey? My health journey started in 1996 when a friend of mine suddenly was rushed to the hospital. And the outcome was she had kidney stones. Back in those days, they did not have things to flush it out of your system. So they cut her up. All over her body was cut up. She had cuts side, belly, front, and back. And she had the most beautiful skin that I've ever seen. And I regretted that for her. Before that, I was feeling like something was not right in my body. And I wasn't sure what it was, but I needed to find out what it was. Her experience propelled me to research how I can find out what's going on in me without actually going to the medical doctor. So before that, I was hearing about a Dr. Fowler, who was a naturopathic doctor. And I decided to call her office, which I did. I made an appointment and I went in to see her. When I went in to see her, to my surprise, I also had kidney and gallstones. And I learned that we get kidney and gallstones from our seasoning and different types of processed foods that we eat, and just a combination of things. And I was glad I went. And she explained to me that the flush that she was going to give me, the cleanse and the rebuild, that I would see them pass out looking like coral reef stones. Some would be brown, some would be green. And sure enough, I saw them in my toilet when I passed them out, not to gross you out. So fast forward, I started my health journey then. And I must say, thanks to God, if I did not, I don't know what my life would be today, because I had made a decision previously that I would not take on what my mother experienced. So my mother went through a rough menopause. She had hypertension before that, and I decided I was not going to have hypertension. So I was going to do something different from my mother that I would not have hypertension and I would not have experienced the really bad menopause experience that she had. She ended up in the hospital, heart palpitation, all of that. So I needed to make a decision. You get what I'm saying? So for that reason, my health journey was more important to me. Fast forward today, experiencing menopause myself, I thank God that I can sleep. There are times when my sleep is interrupted, but I can sleep better than my mother did. And but I have this, but because of our food and the lack in our food, we do not experience the health that we need to have. Because even though I eat healthy, I still struggle with my menopause health, my hormonal imbalance issues. And for that, I've always been researching and looking for a product outside of what I do every day for myself. What can I find? What can help me as I research different things and I do different things for myself? So today I just want to tell you, share with you that is my big why. My big why is I want everyone that I've come in contact with, everyone that comes into my space or I go into their space, to have the best health and wellness lifestyle that they can have. And now I'm just going to pass it over to Rita.
Thank you,
so
Claudia.
She could tell you her journey. You're welcome, Rita.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story. And it's truly an honor to be partnered in this mission with Claudia. Claudia and I met at Speakers Mastermind with Lisa Nichols, and it's just been an incredible experience growing together. And many people know me as an athlete and as an entrepreneur who has impacted thousands of women's lives. And I'm really honored that I've been able to help over 11,000 families create generational health, peace, and purpose. But there was a time in my life when I forgot my worthiness and I forgot my gifts, and I compared myself to the athlete that I once was. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize myself, and I didn't love the woman that I saw. I didn't accept her. I compared her to who she once was. Because you see, 2011 was a season in my life when I felt broken. I was putting the pieces back together after being in a relationship that hadn't served me. And I'd abandoned myself for someone else's happiness, and in the process became miserable. And on top of that, I was 40 pounds overweight and in chronic pain from a car accident that I'd been in 6 years earlier. And the accident felt like it was yesterday because I held so much pain and trauma in my body. And the specialist told me I'd never get back to normal activities. So I went from feeling alive to feeling numb, from being one of the fastest women in the state to walking with a limp, from believing I could do anything and be anyone to struggling to find purpose. And I went to bed at 8 o'clock at night because I couldn't face the pain for one more minute. It was mentally and physically and emotionally exhausting. And I went from lighting up a room to swallowing my tears back and wanting to hide. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. And when I looked in the mirror, I saw someone who had lost her dreams and someone who didn't live up to her potential. And I was embarrassed because
Are you okay? Can I help to see your face?
Hi. Oh, we good?
Yes.
Okay. And, I knew what I was capable of, but I just couldn't find that woman anywhere. So these programs were introduced to me by my sister, my younger sister, who was dealing with severe postpartum depletion after her first baby. And I watched her go from a state of stress and overwhelm. It was probably one of the most stressful times in her life, to looking like she was 16 years old again. So I was like, what are you doing? I want to know. And I started to introduce these programs into my life, and they really became a lifeline, something that I needed in my life when life became heavy. And after 3 days of incorporating these nutrient dense foods into my life, I felt the lights come on. And after 90 days of introducing these nutrient dense foods, it was the first time I felt like myself in 15 years. It was the first time I recognized myself in 15 years. And I signed up within, after 90 days, I signed up for my first 5K race. I got 8th place out of 70 women just off the couch. And my recovery was amazing. And so I'm just so grateful to this program because it really aligns with my background and training, which is in regenerative health. And I had tried for years to find a solution to this chronic pain and nothing that I tried got to the root cause until I added in these nutrient dense foods and really worked with these regenerative principles. And so I'm really honored and excited to share all this information with you today, because it's increased my quality of life and my productivity and my health and my joy so much. And something that's really unique about this program that we're diving into is the quality and purity. It's actually the top 1% nutrient density, quality and purity in the world. And that's because of our regenerative farming practices. So most of our soils are nutrient deficient due to, chemical agriculture, due to monocropping and over harvesting. So we're not actually getting the micronutrients that we need on a daily basis. And so when I added this in, even though I'd done so many things in my health, like for 12 years on my journey, this was the first thing where all the lights came on and I really came home to myself and recognized myself at that cellular level, because it was giving me those micronutrients. So we're just working at a really holistic, regenerative, foundational level, in a way that we can't access at the grocery store and is really hard to find. And so part of our goal and mission is also providing access to nutrient dense foods in food deserts, and to anyone and everyone that needs it. So we have amazing programs, we have amazing scholarship programs, and our goal is just to share this education and information. And the holistic program also includes gut support, which most of us are dealing with leaky gut. And that's where our toxins leak from our gut into our lymphatic system, creating that systemic inflammatory response, which is why we're seeing so many chronic conditions today. So this works to restore those tight junctions, restore the gut health, alkalize the body, which is how I was able to regenerate and get out of that chronic pain, and then nourish at that deep level. And like Claudia was sharing, also working with kidney health and liver health and all the systems of our body. Because I like to think of our body, almost like a car. Like we bring our car in for maintenance, we get the air filter changed, we get the oil changed, and we need, those basic daily maintenance for ourselves, whether that's with our brain and our nervous system or our adrenal glands, so we can cope with stress. So many of us our adrenal glands are taxed just because of stress. And so this gives us that nervous system regulation, that emotional regulation. And so, yeah, I'm just very excited to share this today. And I want to pass it back to you, Claudia, for anything to add, and then I can dive in deeper.
Okay. So if there's anyone experiencing bone or muscle health, put a 1 in the chat. Whether it be a back issue, knee issue, elbow issue, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, thank you, thank you. All righty. So with this super transformation food, because it's a food, we have to, when we eat every day, we eat food, right? So our nutrients are foods, our fruit and our vegetables, it's a food. And what's good about this particular food is that it is grown in good soil. The soil that our food is grown in the Americas is not healthy soil. On top of it, they put pesticides and fungicides and all kind of sides. And then they pick it early and ship it across the nation for weeks and days. And by the time it gets to your plate, it's no longer good for your consumption. It is spoiled. It tastes like it has mold, bacteria. That has been my experience. If that has been your experience, put a 3 in the chat. Have you experienced times when you buy your food and it just doesn't taste like the fruit is supposed to taste? The vegetable doesn't taste like the vegetable is supposed to taste? Because that has been my experience for way too long. And if you're experiencing menopause symptoms like I am, then our hormones is out of balance. And when our hormones is out of balance, then we have so many different issues stemming from that. If we're young and we're having periods, then our periods is out of whack. We have a lot of period pains and all the different stresses and different symptoms comes with that. If we're in menopause, then we have sleepless nights, brain fog, irritability syndromes. The list goes on. So we need nutrient-dense foods to manage those stresses. Have you ever had an experience with health and you just keep ignoring it, just hoping that it will go away, or think that your doctor might just have the cure for it? Well, let's be real. Does our doctors have cure for most of what we experience? Or do they just give us a fix? So what we need from our food is a cure, not a fix. If we weren't born with it, then it can be healed. If we weren't born with it, then we can get rid of it. Do we believe that? If you believe that, put a 5 in the chat, if you believe that. And if you're Christian, then you can believe that you can believe all things through Christ who strengthens you. That anything we weren't born with, we don't have to live with it. God has provided everything out there for us to use to have a healthy and wealthy life, to heal us and bring us back. So whatever ailments you're experiencing or suffering from, you really don't have to live with it. All you have to do is make a decision. That's all it takes, a decision, then the knowledge, knowing how, what to do, and just being disciplined enough to do it. I just want to say thank you for all the others who are joining me today. So let me tell you another story. After I had my daughter, almost 15 years ago, I wanted to get back in shape. And I went playing tennis one day with some friends. I sprained my ankle. And after I sprained my ankle, it just blew up on me. Yes, I went to the doctor, but just to confirm that nothing was broken, they said it was sprained and it's going to take a long time to heal. I should just ice it. And it's not going to heal like a broken bone. Broken bones heal much quicker, and the list goes on. That wasn't very encouraging, was it? So of course not. And I lived with that for years until I said, enough is enough with this thing. I have to get rid of it. It's annoying. So I started doing my research beyond what I already knew. And I finally learned that I could heal myself. I could heal myself with the things in my kitchen cupboards. I could heal myself with little things I pick up at the grocery store. And I went for it. And it turned out that it was things like, simple things like onion, garlic, little things, ginger. And I applied it. The first night I applied it, I woke up the next morning and I put my feet on the ground and I could not believe it. The pain was gone and I could walk and it was not there. I put it on the following night, and by the third day, it was just gone. Gone. I kid you not, not exaggerating. So, and that's how I know that there's power in the herbs that God made. There's power in the food and the spices that God made. And we have to use it to the best of our ability. I want to share my upcoming ebook with you. And I wrote it because I've met so many people who are hailing from backaches, from accidents, and different types of injuries. Ankle issues like myself, from spraining their ankles, their knees. And based on my healing experience, I just wanted to share that. So I wrote an ebook to offer free for you, to learn how best you can help yourself with what's in your refrigerator, what you can pick up at the grocery store, and what's in your cupboard. Is that okay? So if you, my ebook will be coming out soon. If you would like me to send it to you when it is, you could drop your email in the chat. It's or you can email me at redeemyourselfnow@gmail.com. So we're in the business of redeeming ourselves, right? Back to our natural state, back to our regular state, back to the state where we once was, when we felt young and vibrant. If we can't run after our children or grandchildren these days and we're not 90 yet, then something is wrong with that picture. Would you agree? Yes. I personally, I'm a late bloomer. My son is 11, my daughter is going 15, and I still have to run after them and run and play with them. So I needed to stay fit and healthy so I could run after them and with them and challenge them on a daily basis. So I just wanted to throw that out there to share my ebook with you. And when I do launch that, I'll also let it be known on my social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, and the other platforms. Now, I would just like to share with you one particular ingredients. This is called I-Hercules. What do we know about the blood? If your blood is toxic, then you're in trouble. If your blood is inflamed, then you're in trouble. Because with toxicity and inflammation, sets in diseases and different illnesses for a lifetime. And that's why it's important to clean the blood. This is called I-Hercules. It's a blood cleanser. It cleans the blood. Once your blood is clean, then you give your body start having oxygen. Oxygen start flowing through your body, which gives you the opportunity to, your body, the opportunity to heal itself. The body was created, God created the body very intelligently to heal itself. And once you give it the right circumstances, as what the well-known Barbara O'Neill says, once you give it the right circumstances, the body will heal itself. But we have to put the right thing, the right nutrients in there. So this is made of 44 different herbs. From the molecule, it is extracted from the molecule of the plant. And the first thing you will see after taking this product is that your complexion change. Your face will just becomes bright. You'll see a brightness in your face. In 4 days, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, what? My face is bright. In 7 days, I was cutting my son's hair because I have a barber cosmetologist background. And I noticed that I could see to tape up his edges without putting on my glasses. And I'm like, wow, this product It's the truth, what I hear the other people say. And of course, each product works differently for everyone. It depends on how much toxicity you have in your body. It depends on how much inflammation you have in your body. It depends on how sick you are and how longer. Because if it takes you 10 years to say have hypertension, then it's going to take you 10 months of switching your diet and putting in the right nutrient dense supplements in your body to reverse that hypertension. Make sense? If that makes sense and I didn't lose you, put a 1 in the chat. Come on, guys. Am I boring you to death? Come on. I need to hear from you. I need to hear from you if it makes sense, what I'm saying. Okay. And of course, I want to introduce to you our transformation product. Our transformation product is Purium. Purium. This will bring you back to the way you used to be. Athletes are raving about it, giving their men, athletes who have hurt themselves are just raving about it. So what are some of the things that Purium does? It helps with your gut issues. It heals your gut microbiome, because if your gut is off, your brain is off. And that's why we sometimes have brain fogs. We have brain fogs because if our gut is not healthy, then it affects the brain. The brain sends signals all over the body to the ear, and the list goes on. Rita, being a degenerative health specialist, can give you more details on that. So it heals your gut. It helps with cardio. It helps your body to create its own collagen. You see how they're making collagens using cow foot and different parts of the cow body? I mean, what if the cow is diseased? What if the cow has disease? Can that nutrient your body? Can you build collagen from a diseased cow? We can't, right? But this natural herbal product, all fruits and vegetables, this is our apple cherry berry, grown in good soil out of America, pressed and extracted on the farm and bottled in a dark glass bottle. You can hear it. Yes, and you get their full nutrients from your apple berry. Your biomedic support gut health biome to balance out the bacteria in your gut and set your body on a healing journey. Once your gut is healthy, everything is healthy. We have so many people raving. One young lady says, I no longer have to go to the salon and get an extension because my nails, I've never seen my nails grow this thick and beautiful in all my life. So that helps too, hair, skin, and nails. And I know you have seen products over the years that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you will say to yourself, I'm not buying any more product. At one point, I was there too. But because I've learned so much about health, I knew for sure that I could trust this one. When some time ago, I would wake up with weird headaches. And I'm like, I don't have hypertension, but what's going on with me? And sometimes throughout the day, it would visit me. And this is your anti-collagen berry powder. And I was like, what's wrong with me? And then I decided to do a liver cleanse and a parasite cleanse and start this product. And today, after 3 days, I could tell you that I no longer have this issue. Rita will tell you more about this. Another thing that I really love about this product is Purium is like no other. They are so respectful of the society. And I'll tell you why. I bought many products in my life and they sent me a little plastic shaker bottle. Look at this, guys. Your own glass blender. You throw your fruit in there in the mornings, your powder, and you just blend it away and you have it to enjoy for the rest of the day. So you'd get you'd get a blender in your kit as well for your transformation journey. And you'll start a 30-day healing transformation journey. Who wants to take that journey with me? Health is wealth. Are we ready to be wealthy? Not only in finances, but in health? Do you have fatigue every day? Do you wake up with disgust sometimes and you just can't put your finger on it? You don't know why you're feeling that way. You don't know why you're experiencing these different issues, and they just won't go away. You hope that they'll go away one day, but they're just not going to go away. Why is that? They're not going to go away until you do something about it. And can I tell you something? Hitting the gym without cleaning your gut and cleaning out the inflammation out of your body and changing your diet will not bring you healing. I don't know if you heard about the story a couple of years ago with this guy. He was 40 years old, very ripped, very muscular. Everybody who knows him see him as just really fit and healthy. And one day he dropped and died. He dropped dead. And they were like, this guy's the healthiest guy I know. How could he die like this? His heart failing. Why? Because he looked good on the outside, but he wasn't looking good on the inside. When the doctors did an autopsy on him, the surgeons that did the autopsy said, this guy had the worst diet I've ever seen in my life. So do you see why diet is important? The things that God has made and prepared for us is important, especially when they're grown naturally. For me, organic in the US of A or organic doesn't mean healthy. It means the best form in which it can be grown in America. But what about those people who live in other states, in other countries, who grows their food and fruits and vegetables in natural soil, the way God intended it to be? And that's what we're talking about. I'll turn it over now to Rita.
Yeah, Claudia, thank you so much for your stories. Drop an 11 in the chat if you're proud of Claudia and all that she's doing, all that she's sharing, and the way that she's showing up in the world. I'm super proud of you. And I would love to open it up to questions as well, but I'll dive a little bit deeper into the program of what you get. So what I love about it is it actually saves you on your grocery bill. It's $6 for an organic meal, and that includes everything that Claudia was talking about. Our plant-based amino acids are 99.9% bioavailable, which most of the proteins we eat are only 11 to 36% bioavailable. So this is taking the burden off of your kidneys, off of your digestive system, and really supporting that toning and that strengthening, that connective tissue support, that bone support, nervous system support. And I loved what Claudia was sharing about, our collagen kit that actually helps your body to produce its own collagen versus adding collagen in. So really, we just want to produce, like for example, support our parathyroid gland, which is what supports our calcium utilization. So if our parathyroid gland is weakened, that's when we're going to start seeing wrinkling and varicose veins and prolapsed organs. But through this program, we're really supporting every system of the body and helping to tone and strengthen and nourish our nervous system and our endocrine system. So I would love to open it up to questions. And there's so much more that we can share. Yay, so many 11s here. But some of the ways that we can support Claudia is one, cheering her on. Another is if you know anybody that wants to, balance their hormones, get that access to nutrient dense food, which is a birthright. We should all have access to nutrient dense food. And it's sad that our food system has become so depleted. And, I've seen one of the ways that this has impacted us is our youth are experiencing health problems younger and younger, whether that's in mental health or increased like anxiety and stress or depression, or also in physical health. So really our goal here is to regenerate our food systems, regenerate our soil, regenerate our health so we can show up in all the ways that we want to. If we're personally thriving, that's when we can live on purpose and serve others. But it's impossible to give from an empty cup, right? And so many of us are depleted and giving from empty cups. And this is a way to actually fill your cup so that it's overflowing, so that then you can give in all the ways that you want to. So let me open it up to questions about any part of the program, about any of this. Oh, other ways you can support. I want to finish that. Support Claudia is, cheering her on, sending referrals if you know anybody that really wants to transform at every capacity, physically or emotionally. Diving into a transformation with us to uplift your own well-being. And also we have partnership opportunities to help get this out to more people. And through this partnership program, it's allowed me to impact so many more people than I was able to working on my own as a regenerative specialist. And so we have all the support, all the mentorship, and it's allowed me to create that freedom in my life to make the impact that I want to make in the world. So these are some of here's a question. Where is the raw material sourced from? So our farms were partnered with organic and regenerative farmers, and they're grown in 99 feet of topsoil, which is absolutely unheard of. And we're partnered with small family farms all over the world. And our main farms are actually in Utah, and those have minerals A through Z. So really, again, we didn't talk too much about glyphosate, but 4 billion pounds of glyphosate is sprayed annually. And that's the main ingredient in Roundup. And that gets in our food, our air, and our water. And that's what causes that leaky gut and so many other things. And so we have the only clinically proven solution to remove glyphosate from our body to reduce that inflammation and really support that absorption. So yeah, most of our farms are, our main farm is in Utah, and then we're partnered with other small farms. And what's really rare and unique is not only the way it's grown, but it's also wind dehydrated on site at 80 degrees to preserve all of those enzymes and micronutrients. And that also reduces our carbon footprint because we're not shipping all this produce across the country. We're wind dehydrating it on site after it's been vine ripened at peak ripeness into powder form, which preserves its nutrients. And then you add water to it and it's delicious. And it's 100% whole foods. There's no additives. There's no flavors or preservatives or any of these other things. And it's the only product that does not have glyphosate contamination. And so we test for quality and purity. So it's truly amazing. And when I started to add this in, I noticed that I started to eat 2/3 less food because it's so nourishing and so nutrient dense that all of my cravings fell away. And, so many of us were eating empty calories. We're eating food, but our cells are not getting nourished. And so our cells are signaling to our brain consistently, I'm hungry, feed me. I'm hungry, feed me. I'm hungry, feed me. Because we're adding in input, but we're not actually getting anything from that. So when I added this in, I started eating 2/3 less food. And again, just like really came home to myself and my athleticism, all the things that I had lost for many, many years. Is there a toothpaste that accompanies the program? Ooh, I love that. I do have some amazing herbal toothpaste that we can send to you. Let's get your email, but Dr. Robert Morse is someone that I studied with, and he has a really great simple herbal formulation. But when we're getting our body alkaline, which is what we're doing through these nutrients, that produces an environment that gets rid of acidosis and inflammation. And if you were to look at under a microscope at your cells, most of us are living in an acidic environment because of our environment, our food, everything that we're exposed to on a daily basis. And if you're to look at your cells, they get clumped together, which means they can't absorb nutrients, they can't absorb oxygen, and that's when we start to see chronic pain and chronic conditions, chronic disease. And when you get the body alkaline, all of a sudden, if you looked under a microscope, you'd see your cells are flowing like a river. They're able to absorb nutrition, oxygen, and eliminate wastes, which strengthens all of our cells. And our body is just made up of trillions of cells and lymphatic fluids. So, if we can strengthen our cells, we can strengthen every organ and tissue. So, if anybody wants to come off mute, I would love to open it up to more questions. Hi.
Would you believe? Hi, I'm Sharon. Would you believe I had a question and it flew through my head? This is why I need something like this. We were late getting on, and we can't. I didn't see all the products, but is there any stevia added to it, like 100% natural stevia? And if I'm sure there's a whole line of products, so we missed that part. So did you go over the additives or the ingredients in the products?
Yeah, so low hong berry is the way that most of it, our superfoods are sweetened, which is just a whole food berry. There is a little bit of stevia in some of the products. And then we do have like comprehensive programs that are 30 days. I recommend going for 90 days because that's when you're going to have your huge breakthrough. That's when the hormones balance. And, it takes us so many years to get to where we are, that 90-day commitment is when I came home to myself and had that huge breakthrough. And that includes all of the support that we've talked about. And then what were you saying about your head? Were you saying congestion, or I couldn't hear you?
No, I just, it's just forgetfulness because
Gotcha.
you get to a certain age and, hormones and also menopause and things like that. So,
Correct.
yeah, I've been so forgetful. I had unnatural menopause,
Mhm.
it was by surgical procedure. And so I did as much as I knew at the time how to do, and it did support me well, but now it's just one of the things that happened was forgetfulness. One of the things I noticed, I couldn't retain things at work like I used to. I used to just have a list in my head, could always go back, and after I went back to work, I couldn't do that anymore. I had to write everything down. I kept forgetting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is amazingly supportive for memory, focus, concentration, stress reduction, and then we're supporting that gut health as well, which is a huge component of memory, as well as the adrenal glands are a huge component, and all of that is in the whole food and herbal formulations. And it's so easy and simple. It just saves you so much time and energy. And we also have a really beautiful weekly accountability support group. If anyone wants to have that community space, it's amazing to uplift each other and uplift each other's voices and celebrate each other's breakthroughs. And we also have free modules that come with it where you're learning more about your body, regenerative health, the superfoods. Like, it's just such a supportive program. Literally all of your bases are covered.
Right. And we have In Focus for that as well, Sharon. In Focus goes directly towards memory issues. I'm taking my In Focus now, and yeah, I mean, a clear gut really creates a clear mind. And focus is also helping to, maintain that.
Well,
Clarity.
you look wonderful, so something is working.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Yay. Any other questions on any topic?
Question?
Mhm. Or if anyone has any goals that you're working towards, would love to share, how we can support working towards that and get to the root of it.
Hi, great afternoon. This is Sharon. How are you?
Hi.
Sharon, how are you? Thanks for being here.
Wonderful. I love the presentation. Claudia and Rita, you guys did a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, thank you.
I might have missed it. I am, on another activity, so I'm here for the most part. So I might have missed it when I stepped out of the room. But what is this product? How do you get it? How do you get it? Is this something like multi-level marketing? Is this, I'm just trying to figure it out. How do customers get it and what it's about? Thank you.
Yes, I love that question. You
And
can,
for that, we already want me to answer it.
we can both.
Okay,
Yeah.
you go first.
You can connect in with Claudia and she can give you a discount on it. And it is network marketing. And it's an amazing company, just working. Our main pillars are planetary health. We have the only home compostable packaging, and then working with those, regenerative solutions at every level. Health, really getting to the root cause. Community, uplifting our community, and we have incredible nonprofit programs. And then financial freedom and creating that. And this has really allowed me to dive into my deeper purpose and make a way bigger impact and create that freedom. So there's options in whatever way is most supportive to you.
Yes. So first and foremost, the founder is more geared towards regenerative health, complete whole health. And that's why they give scholarships, literally like a college, give you scholarships to just try the product, and then the product speaks for itself. And then you can go from there and share it with your household and your friends and the people in your life that you love, that is hailing just from different sicknesses, vision issues, mood issues, from lack of energy, lack of sleep, fibromyalgia, wherein they claim that the body attacks itself. The body really doesn't attack itself, It's what's going on in the body that's breaking the body down. The body doesn't attack itself. When given the body the right conditions, the body will heal itself. So, but if your body is overloaded with toxins and inflammation, then there'll be no healing. And that's why the only explanation the medical doctor has is to tell you that the body is attacking itself. The body's not attacking itself. It's the toxins in your body that's attacking the body itself. So you can send me you could drop your email or your contact in the chat, or you can contact me again, and I'll just drop my contact information there.
Mm-hmm. And I see a question in the chat. Does it matter the time of day as far as effectiveness? So you get 2 superfood servings, 2 superfood meals a day, and that's going to energize and nourish you and your cells throughout the day. So one of the key principles of regenerative health is creating cellular energy, and that's when our body regenerates. So it's going to really support that. There are, like our adrenal support is adaptogenic herbs. You take that in the morning because it is energizing. So, but everything comes with instructions. And then, does it cause more frequent bathroom usage? I love this question. It's nothing like big cleansing programs where you're running to the bathroom. It's really gentle and effective. You might have a little bit more frequent urination as your lymphatic system is cleansing, but it's gentle. So it's something that you can do while you're working, while you're an athlete, while you're a busy mom. It's very much a lifestyle approach. And I did see another hand up.
Yes, and if I would elaborate a little bit more on that, Rita, why it saves you on your grocery bill. Like, especially say you're single or it's just a couple. Instead of buying all the groceries you would usually buy for that month, not to interfere in your personal business, but if you spend more than $500 per month for groceries, will you put a 7 in the chat? Or just raise your hands? More than $500. Or at least you get to $500 monthly. Even if you don't spend it all at once, but this week you'll buy something and it costs you $200 or $150. And by next week you realize you run out of certain things that is important to you, right? That you usually have in your house, in your refrigerator. And you go back and you spend, say you go to this store to pick up 3 things. Before you know it, you see other nutrients or other food types that you need. So you walk out the store with 10 things. Has that ever happened to you? Is it just me alone? Is it just me that happens to? You go to the store for one thing and you come out with 10? Yeah. So before you know it, right, you're spending, before the $150 coming out the second time, and you're not even at week number 3 as yet. And some of 4 weeks have 4, or months have 4 weeks, and others have 5, right? In this case, you're not eating all that food. So once you put your nutrients in this 2 times for the day, you're so full because it goes to the deepest part of your tissues. It's feeding your cellular level. So you're not going to be as hungry as you would if you were just supposed to eat some rice and peas and chicken. That doesn't have much nutrients in it. Make sense? If that makes sense, can I see some hands up? Some fake hands in the chat? Right. Yes. You can lower your hands after you put them up. But yeah, thank you so much for your response. So for that reason, with this, if you should go to work, would it cost you more than $12 for breakfast and lunch? Or even for lunch, would it cost you more than $12 just for lunch alone? Yes. But you go to work with one of this, and at midday you have another one, and you're good to go. When you get, yeah. Yes. That's how nutrient dense it is. It gets to your cellular level. It feeds your tissues. Your body will tell you thanks for this thing.
I'm losing weight.
And then you will see the results, because if you need to cut weight, it will cut weight off of you, especially in your gut area. And if you need to remain the way you are, you will remain the way you are. If you need to gain some weight, it will also allow you to gain your weight. What it is doing is balancing out the way you're supposed to be. God created us to be a certain size, all of us individually. And if our food was nutrient dense all our lives, if we were eating the way we're supposed to, we would have seen, no one would be saying, oh, I'm so overweight, I'm so fat, I want to lose weight. No, because you would have been your right size. This product, compared to a lot that I've seen, is offering that. And I'll just let that sink in for a little bit. It's offering that. So are you ready for your transformational journey of health? it's up to you. Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I do want to say thank you. Rita, that was my hand you saw earlier. The question got answered. But I do want to thank you for having this business and this exposure for us. I remember you talking about the onion on the foot, and I slightly remember them talking about onion is getting rid of foot odor, but I did not know about the healing properties. So that was one. And then I also remember the story of Michael Jackson, how he slept in the barometric chamber because he wanted the pure oxygen in his system. So when you brought up the Purium, that piqued my interest because of that. And I'm like, yes, we need the pure oxygen. And I live by a highway in a 6-way traffic way area. So that definitely is something that interests me, and I will definitely talk to you about it. So I want to thank the both of you for getting us to not only looking at the 4 codes, because I'm one of those people looking at 4 codes, 5 codes, 6 codes, wherever the food came from. I want to thank you for exposing and bringing this to us so that we can reach our cellular level of development.
Yes, and that's what piques my interest. Thank you so much, Sai. That's what piques my interest in this product. All the time I'm searching and looking for it because I wanted something that it's not coming from a marketing perspective. People are not just trying to sell you something because they want to make money and they have this bigger, rave over it, but something that actually feeds the system, feeds the body. Something that actually feeds the body. And you could feed your body, and you can also, if you're looking for a side hustle, you can as well. So for what I showed you, for the package, which for me is nothing, because I cannot compare my health with money. My health means so much more than money. If I wake up, I'm not feeling good, then money means nothing to me. And I have my 2 kids to live for, so you know what I mean. So in the package, you'll get 2 of this, and this is a big thing here. You'll also get 2 of this package as well. You're very, very, very good for your mind, good for your good to build back your levels. And amino 23. Oh, you don't want to know what this does. You have to get 2 bottles of that as well. And for your support and health gut biome, microbiome, you get 1 of this. And definitely for apple berry, anti-aging and sleep support. Once your cellular level is fed, you start looking younger because once you're, I'm sure you have heard all the time where people say, my doctor tells me that I'm 40 years older than my age. Have you ever heard that term over and over? Is it just me? Well, what this product does is heal you in such a way that you start looking younger on the outside because it's feeding your cellular level. There's no way you can change your diet and be taking this and you do not look and feel better. There's just no way. You get 2 bottles of this as well. And it also comes with a cleaning thing. This company is like none I've ever seen. And as for your focus, you could just add it to it. But it's awesome. It's really awesome. And this is my #1 favorite. I'm like, who gives this? I don't know any company who respect people enough and their health to give them an electrical, rechargeable solar blender. So that's why I'm excited. I'm excited to share what I've been experiencing with you. Mm-hmm. And someone asked a question in the chat. $12 a day, super organic food for 30 days. Yes. build your collagen, allow your body to produce its own collagen like it used to, because it's depleted from all the other stuff. Hercules is, you could send me a link in the chat and let me know when you want to get that as well. The Hercules, once your blood is clean, then your entire body starts receiving every other nutrient, and you're on your health journey from there. So you have my email, drop yours in the chat, and we will get in touch with you and help you on your journey. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for taking the
Have
time.
any more
today.
questions? Any more questions? Okay, if you don't have any more questions, we just
Is
want
it vegan?
Yes.
all the way. It's vegan. All the way.
Yeah. All
It's
plant-based.
natural. That's what I say. It's natural.
Great job, Claudia.
for asking
This was
that
a great
question, Lisa.
presentation.
You are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to introduce you to your transformational journey.
So does this mean that I don't eat cooked food anymore and fruits and vegetables?
No, if you're hungry, you'll eat. But this is, it's the first 30 to 90 days is where your body goes from toxic, inflamed to regenerative health. So when you take it 2 times per day, you get hungry. You also have your fruit and vegetables or your healthy diet as well. Okay. And I would suggest you cut down on excess oils. If you're deep fried things throughout that time. And if you do deep fry, use just coconut oil. As for your olive oil, I would suggest you eat it raw. So let's say you cook some lentils. After you're done cooking the lentils, then you'd pour the olive oil in there when you're about to eat it. And it's best to consume it that way. So you get the nutrients from your olive oil. Make sense? Yeah, and all the other oils are garbage.
Yes.
Canola oil is garbage. It's engine oil that American Canada came to an agreement to make it, to modify it into something you can consume. So I have so much I want to teach you guys, so much, but I put it in my book. First, I'll give you the ebook, and then I'll put it in the, the extended version of the book and help you to understand some things about your
It
health.
helps with high blood pressure too.
Yes, it does. It does. It does
And diabetes.
it does with everything. Understand that once your liver and your kidney is toxic.
If that has a red line through it, she can't hear you.
Once your liver and your kidney is toxic because of toxicity and inflammation, you are going to have all those extra diseases.
Mhm.
It's not because you have to have those diseases. It's because you need to specifically clean those areas. Something you can do on your own. You need a lymphatic flush. So this is also a lymphatic system.
Mhm.
You need a lymphatic flush.
And all of that is in that product.
Yes.
All of it is it's this product, and we have extras from except for what I'm not showing you today. There's extra products that gears towards, yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
All of that will be
Before you know
supported.
it, yeah. Before you know it, you'll have clearer mind, your mood will be better, your energy is pumping, you can run after anyone, you sleep like a baby because your immune system starts building better. And they're planning for the next CO vid. You'll be healthier to meet the next one that they put out next year or whatever time they're planning it. Because there's a war against our health. And we have to be more purposeful now in our health. We have to be. If we will not survive the next attack.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
these products that can be taken long term? And the reason I ask is because a lot of times we do things temporary, and then if there's no consistency, you just go back to your original lifestyle. So it's like a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change, and that's why you have to make that decision. And that's why we also have the support group, right? We have a support group where you can come in and say, okay, guys, I'm struggling with this, and we're there to support you and help you with it. Okay, if you have any more questions that you need to ask, if you think you're not doing something the right way, if you think, whatever questions you may ask, Rita with a holistic regenerative career background can help you to answer all those questions. And there's always someone in there that have gone through it already, or they're presently going through it. They're there to share with you what their experience was. That's what our group is all about, to just share, just help you through the journey. Just be an accountability partner for you to help you through the journey, right? But you have to make a decision to put your health first and your children's health first. I mean, our children shouldn't be having ADHD, diabetes, cancers. Our children shouldn't be having those things. But the processed foods, the things on the shelf that we give them on a daily basis, is just not feeding their cellular level. It's not feeding their cells.
Yeah.
So it first starts with a decision. $12 per day, and you make that decision to yourself, or for yourselves. There was a time in my life when I would say, I'm not gonna buy that because I can't afford it. But then the following day I would go to the store and I see a shoes for $30 and I would buy the shoe. Has that ever happened to any of us ladies on the line? Yeah. We would buy anything we feet. And how many feet do we have? How many feet do we have? How often can we wear those shoes and clothes and bags and hats and whatever? I love to dress up, but you know what? I stopped fooling myself. Now I'm more purposeful about where I put my money. Because if I don't look good, if I'm not healthy, then having that clothes on the outside is worthless for me. It's self-defeating. It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. And why should we look older than our age? The food, and remember, high stress level. I did a video on Instagram, I think last week it was, and I said, I don't know if it's because Miss Eve was the first one to take the bait and bite the fruit, but we women go through a lot. Our stress level is this high. And unless we understand that, we have to learn how to manage our stress level so we do not lose our minds and have unwanted diseases, then we're going to be sick. So we have to prioritize me. I prioritize me. I put me first. Are you going to put you first? I was watching a doctor interview a few weeks ago, and Louis Hose was interviewing this doctor, and he says, what are the leading causes of death in America? And he says the first one is heart attack, the second is cancer, and the third one is medication. And he was like, what? Why is that? Because doctors misdiagnose. This is a medical doctor speaking. He said doctors misdiagnose patients. And even if they diagnose them correctly, they're so quick to put them on medication versus telling them how they could take certain things out of their diet and what they can add in to get a balance. So we're being fooled, guys. We're being fooled and used as guinea pigs. So each person have to make the decision for their health and wealth. Without health, we have no wealth. It's just like a billionaire who is sad. He has no friends. His money doesn't make him happy with all the billions of dollars he has. It's the same thing. We don't have real peace and joy if we're not healthy. You're miserable. If someone is hungry, you can't give them God first. You have to feed them first, right? So just think about it that way. You have to help your body heal before you can actually laugh. I've seen people in so much pain, and I say some things and they laugh and say, Claudia, stop, don't give me no joke right now. I can't laugh. I'm in so much pain. Don't we want to just laugh without being in pain? Don't we want to laugh freely? We have to make the decision for health. Yes, we do. As Rita put here, we have a challenge for balancing our blood sugar levels. And this program balances our blood sugar and supports our adrenal and pancreas health. So thank you.
Claudia. So Claudia, I will reach out to you personally afterwards to buy the product, but for the rest of us on the line, how can they get this product?
By reaching out to me, I put my email in there already.
Okay.
I also ask everyone to put their email in there. So again, I'll put my email once again. And it's redeem yourself now, because I'm all about redeeming myself. Redeem about yourself now at gmail.com. So let's redeem ourselves together. Okay, ladies, I'm still on the journey. Let's do it together and help each other along the way. Hold each other accountable, because health is wealth. If there's no more questions, I'll just like to say thank you for everyone for joining me today. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you for your love. Thank you, Rita, for being here, sharing your testimony and sharing your knowledge in this industry.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, and thank you for all the beautiful questions too. And Claudia, for sharing your story. And I just wanted to mention there is a 60-day money back guarantee, so there's no risk, and that's because we really believe in this so much. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there, and thank you all.
Okay, you hear that, guys? 60-day money back guarantee. You can't lose that. So even after you take the product, if you don't feel like it has done anything for you, you can get your money back. And it's not a lot.
And on the lifestyle piece. Oh, sorry.
Huh?
I was
Go
just
ahead, Rita.
I was going to say on the lifestyle piece, I've been adding these nutrient dense foods in for 4 years now, and it just gets better and better and better and better. And so for me, this is my staple, and it truly saves me so much time and energy on my grocery bill. Like when I go to the grocery store, I come out with so much stuff and I don't feel nourished from any of it. And it costs me way more than my superfoods, which I feel so nourished and satisfied from. So for me, it is my staple. It's my lifeline. It saves me so much time and energy. And it's amazing for the whole family. You know, all my nephews, they're like, Rita, can I have a shake? Can I have some aminos? You know, they just can't get enough. And it's an easy way to get, you know, healthy food into our children in a way that they love. So there's so many just like expanding, compounding benefits of this. It's a huge, huge ripple impact. So I'm just excited for everyone to get to experience it for yourself, because this, you know, I still would be in chronic pain. I still would be going to bed at 8 o'clock at night. I still would, you know, have 40 pounds extra weight, and because I had tried absolutely everything. So it's just such a blessing and a gift that gives and gives and gives. So thank you all again for taking the time to be here and letting us share our hearts with you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Anyone else want to ask a question or say anything? Thank you, Betty, for joining. Are you speaking, Betty? Unmute yourself, because we're not hearing you if you're saying something, Betty. Unmute, we're not hearing you. If you would unmute your phone, Betty, so we could you unmute her, Rita?
Not letting me unmute you, Betty. Let me keep trying. If you're on your computer, it should be at the lower left-hand corner. There's a mute button.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
And
Hi.
we're hearing you.
Okay.
Hi, Myra. Hi, Hilda.
Thanks for information. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I gotta get on board.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Keep up the good work. God bless.
Thank you for being here.
Okay.
This is my
Okay.
mommy.
Bless you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We just want to say thank you and get in touch with me. I'll get in touch with you and we'll continue the journey. And even if you want to join the group, before you start even taking the product, let's say you're thinking about it and you're not ready to take it yet, but you want to join the group to see how much you can, be encouraged, then reach out to me as well. Do so. And just make that known. Just let it be known that that's what you want to do so you can help yourself. You can, get a push start, an encouragement. Because I know, we have busy lives and sometimes it takes a little push and an extra encouragement sometimes to get going with certain things in our lives. And it's changing our lifestyle can also be a challenge. And I know that for some people, it's not easy, and everything that seems uncomfortable is hard to do. It makes you want to go back to your old self.
Yes, you do.
But healthy eating is comfortable. It is not comfortable. Changing your lifestyle to be the better you is not comfortable. But at the end of the day, it's the best result you'll ever get. You'll feel great, look great, and everything that you're hoping to achieve in life will be at your door, waiting on you.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you so much, Betty. Yeah, there you are. We weren't hearing you at all.
You didn't see me at all?
We saw you, but we weren't hearing what you were saying.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
All righty. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll keep in touch.
That's all it takes.
Bye.
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 Take it easy.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Hope all your questions were answered.
Yeah, so far.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.